to the deepest secrets of different bills. Hey, don't condemn me, you need it, I got it listed here. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it here. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from the finish to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a law threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface, still they try to drag my name in dirt. They try to bring me down, see me winning, you ain't like me.
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you. Right now, listen, before we get too far in this video, you know exactly what you need to do. Make sure you drop a like, and let's get this video to at least 1,000 likes. I'll definitely push the video to the recommended. And furthermore, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe. I'm by far the hardest working YouTuber in 2K community, and hopefully you can appreciate the 9 a.m. and the 5 p.m. daily double uploads. You can show that appreciation by dropping a like and subscribing, all right? Now, let's get straight into this video. So what we're gonna talk about today are the must-have badges for current gen and next gen for guards, big men, spot ups, you name it. We're gonna go through each category and we're gonna talk about what badges are the most, or you can say must have. And really when you say must have, I'm just gonna show 2 badges because obviously you can't have like, these are 7 must have badges. So just to keep it short and sweet, let's just talk about the 2 must have important badges that each build would need, okay? So the first one that we're going to be looking at, of course, is going to be finishing, and we're going to be talking about guards, okay? So when you talk about guards and you talk about what's most important, we're going to have the assumption that this guard obviously has a driving dunk, okay? So most play shots that have, you know, one finishing badge and that type of deal, they're not trying to finish at the basket, so that's not much of a dire need there. But when we're talking about the builds that are finishing at the basket, that do have contact dunks, that are, you know, able to get to the rim, the 2 most have badges are going to be these. Now, the first one, of course, is going to be posterizer, right? I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. Increases the chances of throwing down a dunk on your defender. Now, I know a lot of people on current gen is going to be like, man, well, it doesn't work. It doesn't pop up, blah, blah, blah. And yes, it doesn't pop up, but it's still activating behind the scene. It's just like a glitch, more of a visual glitch that just 2K hasn't gotten around to fixing. But yes, it still works. And yes, it still helps out a lot with the contact dunks. And obviously, my nephews and nieces on next gen, we already know just having this on gold or higher is going to be extremely OP, okay? So this is the first badge you should be working on as you are brand new build as a slasher. You want to work this up, okay? And then the next badge that you want to start working up as a guard is going to be limitless takeoff. This is one of the most fun, really good badges added to the game. I'm very happy that this was added. When attacking the basket, a player with this badge will start their dunk or layup gather from farther out than others. And again, the combination of limitless takeoff and posterizer is very lethal, especially with the right dunk animations. So again, I will drop a video on what animations that would be really good. But again, these are the must-have badges that you want to have on your guard builds, okay? So now let's just talk about the bigs, okay? All right, so with a big, all right, we're talking about like, you know, post scorers, that type of deal. Now, obviously, if you are a big that has a driving dunk ability, you still want to have this combination here. That's obvious, okay? So you want to work that combination. But let's say, for instance, you are big and you get mostly just standing dunks and that type of deal, but you do have the ability to get contact dunks. Well, obviously, the most important badge, again, still is going to be posterizer, okay? This improves the likelihood of posterizing opponents. We talked about that with guards. This is still the same badge you want to get as you are working your way up. If you are an individual that does not have driving dunk, do not get contact dunks, do not get anything of that nature, then the badge that you want to get with first is going to be Grace Under Pressure, okay? So Grace Under Pressure, it gives a boost to standing shots that happen close to the basket. Trust me, this is a really, really OP badge. If you're just somebody that does post hooks and that type of deal, and you are looking for, you know, a way to literally cheese around the basket no matter when you throw it up, Grace Under Pressure is basically like the fearless finisher for guards, but it's very OP. It's really, really good. And then the next one that you want to get as a big is actually going to be Fast Twitch. So now, Fast Twitch, it speeds up the ability to get standing layups or dunks off before the defense has time to contest. The Grace Under Pressure and Fast Twitch, they are really good badges that you want to have off rip. So if you're talking about a non-contact dunking big that literally just does, like I said, post hooks or anything like that, these are the 2 badges that you want to make sure you get first, because this is going to allow you to finish at a very high rate around the basket and be able to finish quickly around the basket. So again, just to recap, right? Posterizer and limitless takeoff is what you want to have for your guards. And then, of course, if you are a big that has a driving dunk, you still want to do posterizer and limitless takeoff. And then, of course, if you're non-dunking, grace under pressure and fast twitch, okay? So those are the finishing. So now let's just head over to the shooting. Okay, so now that we're sitting here looking at the shooting again is one of those very, very unique type setups because each type build is going to have a different type of setup. But for the most part, for guards first, okay, we're looking at guards, you're going to be looking at sniper. Sniper, again, is a very OP badge that definitely needs to be looked to be evaluated. What makes it so OP is that jump shots taken with a slightly early and slightly late timing will receive a boost, while early or late shots will receive a bigger penalty. Well, let's just keep it a stack. I'll say like 90% of the individuals, they always shoot slightly early and slightly late. So this is what makes this really, really, really juicy, because shooting slightly early and slightly late doesn't penalize you. You literally can still get crazy greens and whites that go in. And again, you need to have this as a guard. If you are ISO dribbling guard, pick and roll guard, this is the first badge that you want to get. And now the second badge that you want to get as a guard is going to be stop and pop or rhythm shooter. It's a combination of both because some people play differently, but the combination of these two badges right here is all that you would need. Like I'm telling you right now, stop and pop, boost shot ratings on standstill threes after dribbling. If someone sets a screen and you run to the left and just stop and shoot, the combination of sniper and stop and pop is going to be OP. And the same thing, some people love to do rhythm shooter, and rhythm shooter is the same ISO type build, increases the chances of a made shot after sizing up your opponent with dribble moves. So again, these two combinations here, you definitely want to work together, and if you use that properly, it can be very, very OP, okay? So now let's just talk about the bigs and big slash spot ups, okay? So as a big slash spot up, all right, the badge again that you want to start off with is sniper. It's not rocket science. Sniper is extremely OP. You definitely need to have it. The first badge you need to work on is sniper. Get that badge first, max it out as high as you can. If it gets Hall of Fame, get a Hall of Fame, because you're going to be able to get the benefit of slightly earlys and slightly lates going in. And then of course the second badge as a catch and shooter or spot up big is of course catch and shoot, right? So you want to have catch and shoot. Catch and shoot for a short time after receiving the pass, the receiver's ability to knock down threes gets a significant boost. So the combination of catch and shoot and sniper, starting off with your build, are very, very important must-have badges. So make sure as a catch and shooter or lockdown spot up, a big man spot up, whatever you call it, these two badges need to be the first badges you start to work on when you get your build. All right, so now let's head over to the playmaking. All right, so as a playmaking guard, we're gonna start with guard first. As a playmaking guard, we all know what the first badge you need to be working on. The first badge you need to be working on is handles for days. Now, we all know a player takes less of an energy hit when performing consecutive dribble moves, allowing them to chain together combos quicker and for a long period of time. If you're an individual that's going to be dribbling, you need to get this to gold or Hall of Fame, depending on what type of if you get Hall of Fame badge or not. But you want to be able to get handles for days first. It is by far the most important badge as a dribbler, because if you have no stamina, it doesn't matter whatever badge you have, you're not going to be as effective, okay? And the second must-have badge equipped, of course, is going to be quick first step. These two have been the best badges to equip since 2K20, right? Quick first step. When dribbling out with triple threat or after a size up, ball handlers have access to quicker and more effective launches. This is extremely OP combination. You're not tired and you're able to completely, quickly blow by individuals. These two are going to be the most OP badges you need to have as a guard, okay? So now let's talk about the bigs slash spot ups. What do you need if you have playmaking badges to allocate, okay? All right, so now as a big or a spot up or a lockdown, right? The badges that you want to get first, like the most important badge that you're going to want to get, is actually going to be glue hands, okay? So a lot of people don't understand the importance of glue hands. So glue hands reduces the chances of an errant pass, okay? So an errant pass could be a pass where you are, catch the ball, you throw it back to your guard, and it's sometimes if your pass accuracy is not that high, it'll be an errant pass, all right? While also improving the ability to both catch tough passes and quickly make the next move. So to quickly make the next move could be a jump shot. And I know some of y'all be like, dang, like I feel like, I have a glitch in my shot or I have a delay in my shot. That's because you don't have glue hands. If you have glue hands on gold, you will literally catch every pass so smooth, and it's easy transition to pressing square to getting a good shot off. You want to have this as a catch and shooter or a spot up build or a big spot up, whatever. You want to have that. Now, also the next important badge, believe it or not, is going to be bullet passer. So as a spot up, you're always going to be making passes that are probably going to be 15 to 20 feet away from, a 15 to 20 foot pass back to your guard, because you're either sitting in the corner or at the elbow and you're trying to pass it back. So if you can quickly get that back to your guard, that's very important. So these are the combinations you want to get. I know people want to say bailout is a good one, but bailout, all you really need is on bronze. So again, like, you can throw bronze bailout out, but again, getting glue hands and bullet pass as high as you can are going to be the most important things for a spot up, for a big, anything like that. If you want to be successful, make sure you equip these badges, okay? Now let's head to the last and final takeovers, and badges, and that's going to be defense. All right, so now my nephews and nieces, let's look at the final badges, okay? Now we defense. Now you want to talk about guards. Now we all know the best badge to start off with the guard, regardless if you're a lockdown or you're just a PG or anything like that. The badge that you always want to make sure you get is clamps. Okay, so clamps is just what it is. Defenders have access to quicker cutoff moves and are more successful when bumping or hit riding the ball handler. It's very important as a lockdown, as a guard, to make sure you get clamps first. It's very important, trust me. If you don't have clamps, you're gonna have a very hard time. Clamps just kind of get sticky. You can feel when you have clamps on that you're actually able to stay in front of people. And of course, if they have a low ball handle, they immediately pick the ball up. So it's really good to have, especially if you know how to master what clamps can do. So clamps is definitely the most important. And then the second one is going to be opposite of that, which is pick dodger. So listen, either someone's ISOing you and you got to stay clamps on them, or someone's setting screens and you got to get around them. Now, there's some myth going around that pick dodger doesn't work and you don't need pick dodger. No, trust me, if you don't have pick dodger, you're going to be getting bumped and doing these 360 spins, getting knocked around. Pick dodger is very important for a guard, lockdown. These two combinations are the first ones you should be working on to get. Pickpocket has been nerfed. Intimidator does not work, all right? So it's like, these are the ones, two badges here that you definitely want to have at all times, okay? So now let's head over and let's talk about the bigs and the spot ups. What are the best badges for them? All right, my nephews and nieces. So now we're talking about bigs and spot ups, okay? What are the best two must-have badges that you need to have for a big or a spot up? Now, obviously the first one's gonna be rebound chaser, okay? Rebound chaser is so important. As a big, your responsibility is to make sure you get the rebound. No, don't let the opposing team get offensive rebound after offensive rebound. You wanna make sure they get that, you get the defensive rebound back. So rebound chaser is the most important. Improves the player's ability to track down rebounds from further distances than normal. It's basically an animation. You really want to get this as high as you possibly can because it's going to be a massive advantage for you. So if you're working on a new build and you're trying to get your spot up, you want to make sure you get rebound chaser, okay? Now the next one, I thought about this long and hard. I'm like, yo, what would be the next best badge that you want to have for a big? And again, I thought about between interceptor or intimidator, but then again, I just kind of like, my heart was just like, nah, man, it's important. Interceptor is important. And the reason why I say interceptor is important, you want to get that. Even though interceptor was nerfed for Hall of Fame, meaning like they took away the automatic animation, like you don't have to press square, and they were literally like beforehand, before the patch, if you had Hall of Fame interceptor and they threw the ball your direction, you didn't have to press nothing. They automatically caught it. Well, now it's not like that, right? It's not nerfed. I mean, it's nerfed and if you want to think about the fact that they took away the automatic interceptor. But what the thing is this, it's still very effective if you just press square. If you're a center, and you know how it is as a center in the park, whatever, play the passing lanes, right? You're sitting in the paint anyway, or you're out there in the pick and roll defense, play the passing lanes. Interceptor is very important. I know rim protector, chase down artists, those are some good ones, but trust me, if you know how to play the lanes are the easiest way to get steals, and especially for bigs. Bigs get I get so many steals just sitting there in the passing lanes. So trust me, these are the two badges that you want to start off with a big. So there you have it, my nephews and nieces. These are the must-have badges for guards, spot-ups, lockdown, bigs, you name it. If you enjoyed the video, please just drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and as usual, your favorite old head Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon with the banger, man. You know, when I say I'll be back soon with the banger, you know exactly what day I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.